Hi everyone, Stephen Ray Morris here with episode 5 of the DINOASMR. Again, thank you to all my Patreon subscribers. Your support means the world, and I hope you're enjoying these. I hope you find it relaxing. I hope you find it soothing, because that's how I fall asleep every night, is watching videos like this, where you can kind of just chill out and zone out. Let me know if you actually watch it. I feel like the way I experience ASMR is I do watch stuff on YouTube, but I'm kind of either half watching it or sometimes I'll even just put it face down. But I like to know that there's visuals there, so sometimes it gives me something to focus on, rather than because then I would probably. I mean, I have the audio only version if you'd like as well. Just a reminder about that. But yeah, let me know how you listen to this or watch it. If it's appropriate. No, just kidding. But we're going to dive into another dinosaur encyclopedia today. And this one's a very special. I think I mentioned it maybe offhand in an earlier one. But it is a dinosaur encyclopedia that my grandmother gave me from Grandma Morris, April 17th, 1992. So this was actually given to me a year before Jurassic Park came out. So definitive proof I was obsessed with dinosaurs. Obviously the cover is gone. It's kind of gross looking. Or should I hold it upside down like that? Still figuring out this setup. Bear with me, but at least it sounds good, right? So this is a very funny dinosaur encyclopedia and it was written by Dr. Michael Benton. And I like this really funny looking Dilophosaurus. And you'll notice, so this book was published in 1984. And you're beginning to see a little pattern here with the way that the dinosaurs are represented, because this book is old school as fuck. So the introduction says, you got this this looks like one of those Disney, Walt Disney, Imagineer videos from were those from the 50s? I don't know when those were, the 60s. What is a dinosaur? The dinosaurs ruled the earth for about 150 million years. The last dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago, many years before the first humans evolved, about 2 million years ago. Dinosaurs were a special group of prehistoric reptiles, and their closest living relations are the crocodiles. The dinosaurs lived on land, and they were nearly all big. The longest were the length of 10 cars parked nose to tail, and the tallest could have looked over the roof of a 3-story building. At the other extreme, there were dinosaurs no bigger than a turkey. In between, there were dinosaurs of all shapes and sizes, most of them completely different from anything we know today. Yet nothing was known about these extraordinary creatures until the 19th century. It was only then that people realized that dinosaurs had ever existed. Since then, thousands of skeletons have been collected all around the world. So, this is an old book. But there's some comedic value in here as well. And what is not a dinosaur? These are not dinosaurs. Petrosaur. A dimetrodon, an ichthyosaur, a plesiosaur. Classification of the dinosaurs. So you got ornithischian, bird-hipped, and saurischian, lizard-hip. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then you have the dinosaur family, not family tree, but just the phylums. So order Saurischia, suborder Theropoda, infraorder Carnosauria. So it's just narrowing down to what it was eventually: family Tyrannosauridae, genus Tyrannosaurus, species Tyrannosaurus rex. So, and then 10 dinosaur genre. We have Coelophysis, Deinonychus, Tyrannosaurus, Plateosaurus, Diplodocus, Compsognathus, Triceratops, Ankylosaurus, Stegosaurus, and Iguanodon. Again, there's something kind of very beautiful and striking about these drawings, even though they're so inaccurate, with the tail dragging on the floor. Oh, and then this was a cover for a mini-sode, but how a fossil is formed. That poor dinosaur just just falls to the bottom of the lake and then gets fossilized. And so you see the sedimentary rocks. I don't know, there's something very charming about it. And you'll see, watch, we're about to get to it. But this font is beautiful too. I don't know what font it is, but I need to know. So, and then again, it shows like Pangea forming. It's a very standard dinosaur encyclopedia that I think we've come to see a lot of. But again, it's pretty old school. I definitely think it's the oldest dinosaur encyclopedia I own, but I would love to actually get something that's older than that. But then you have these beautiful, there we go, these beautiful portraits. I'll look at the end and see who did them. But you see it's the Upper Jurassic scene, and you've got lizards and dinosaurs and even little mammals. But we're here for the dinosaurs. So, and then they have one for the Middle Jurassic. And you have like a Megalosaurus facing off against a Stegosaurus. Yeah, these little mice are like the babe mice. La la la. Blue moon. And you have the Upper Jurassic. And again, you have, I don't know, it's just very charming. Again, it's all incorrect, or a lot of it's incorrect. I mean, look at this iguanodon. He's just like, bruh. We have Upper Cretaceous. I do like the way these Parasaurolophuses are represented. They're very like, I'm a Parasaurolophus. Like, that's just the way they look to me. Oh yeah, look, this dinosaur's trying to get a frog. Help me. And then important dinosaur sites. And then we just get into it. I mean, so it's like you have, and in this encyclopedia, it says the name, the pronunciation, what the name means, the phylums, so Saurischia, Sauropoda, what period it existed in, and what areas in the modern world it would have existed in, as well as the length, and in feet, and in metric, and in American? What is the name of our thing? Anyway, there's something very pebbly about these dinosaurs, this Allosaurus, but it's also divided by like a lot of more old school, more like closer to the 90s and before kind of encyclopedias where it's like, yeah, some of these you just have like the name, you know, you have a brief passage, but I mean, some dinosaurs we just only know of little bits and pieces, but like, so sometimes they'll include a skull image, or they'll include like an actual full-size drawing. Oh my gosh, look at this ankylosaur. That's such an intense dude. And then they have the club tail. So yeah, so they have the like sort of family group here too as well. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go through these. I mean, I'm not gonna. It's a long book, but spoilers. But Bagaceratops, Barapasaurus, Barosaurus, Brachiosaurus. Oh wow. You are my brother. It's also interesting to see which dinosaurs are represented, and this is pre-Jurassic Park, obviously, so it's always interesting to see what dinosaurs, the charismatic megafauna, as we've talked about. Oh yeah, look at that. Brontosaurus, C. Apatosaurus. Wow, that's cool. And then this Camarasaurus has like a heart in crayon, or a half-finished heart or circle around it. So that must have been somebody. I don't know if that would have been young Stephen, because I don't like drawing in my books, so I don't know if I would have done that. Ceratosaurus, Cetiosaurus, Chasmosaurus skull, Coelophysis. We've yet to see a coelophysis in a Jurassic Park movie. These compies look really gross. They're all kind of 70s looking. This feels 70s to me, not 80s. The style. Corthosaurus. Displetosaurus. That's a different carnivore to cover. Deinonychus. Again, pre-Velociraptor trend. Diplodocus. Diplodocus getting a lot of love, which I'm glad that, which I'm hoping that I'm hoping we get some Diplodocus love eventually in a Jurassic movie. But we've got brachiosaurs, and we've got apatosaurs, and we've got mamenchiasaurs. So, there's a lot of other sauropods that come first. Well, and then there's my favorite, Shunosaurus, but I don't know if they would ever have the Shunosaurus in the Jurassic movies, but you never know. Dryosaurus, Edmontosaurus, Elaphrosaurus, Fabrosaurus, Gallimimus. Gallimimus with the crazy beak. Look at that. That's cool. Hadrosaurus, Hyleosaurus. Yeah, a lot of these, they're not necessarily, they're definitely, Hyspelophodon, which we've never seen in a Jurassic movie either, even though they were a big part of the novel. And Iguanodon, again with the crazy stance. Kentrosaurus. The Kentrosaurus is my favorite Stegosaurus, personally. Lambeosaurus. Lexovisaurus. Lufengosaurus. Maiasaura and young. Oh, Mamenchiasaurus. Megalosaurus. Massospondylus. Oh, a little tiny Mosasaurus skeleton showing that it's like one of the tiniest dinosaurs. If not the tiniest dinosaur, maybe? Yeah, it doesn't say here, but I think it might be. Monoclonius Melanorosaurus. Apologies if I'm pronouncing some of these wrong. I'm just going with my gut here. Nemegtosaurus. Nodosaurus. Opisthocoelocadia. Whoa, sorry. And then we have Ornitholestes and Ornithomimus. And what I do like about this, what I like a lot about this, is I like the sort of graphical, silhouettes of the dinosaurs included. And then I kind of like that they mix and match between like just kind of on white, like a PNG, Oranosaurus, and then sort of more full type, more full mural style. These are that's a Pachyrhinosaurus skull, but then these are Pachycephalosauruses. Butting heads, which I believe that even since The Lost World came out, that butting heads, or I should say since Jurassic World, because they are mentioned to be butting heads in Jurassic World, which is probably not the case. And then Parasaurolophus. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, as I kind of going pretty quickly through this, but you can pause. Pentaceratops. But I was going to say about, if you see the Parasaurolophus, that it looks different than the ones earlier. So it looks like there's multiple illustrators. Plateosaurus, Procompsognathus, Basidicosaurus, Protoceratops. Yeah, the style is just it feels like very like on a cover of like a 70s fantasy novel style. Saurolophus. Solidosaurus. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so they have a Shantungosaurus, which is one of my favorite dinosaurs. And so I'll just read a little passage because I think it's pretty noteworthy. Shantungosaurus was an advanced duck-billed dinosaur with a flat head. It was the largest of the group, being over 40 feet, 12 meters long. It could have looked over the roof of a 3-story house. Shantungosaurus had a long, low skull with a flat duct-shaped beak and no crest. A nearly complete skeleton of Shantungosaurus was discovered in the 1970s, and it is now on display in the Natural History Museum in Beijing, Peking, China. A grown man standing beside it just reaches his knee. See also page 137. So we're going to skip ahead. Oh, wow, yeah. So we'll go back to that in a second, but... yeah, Shantungosaurus, when I read about it, because I love duck-billed dinosaurs, I love Parasaurolophus, obviously. But when I read about Shantungosaurus, it was just like so beautiful and fascinating because this was the biggest duck-billed dinosaur on the block. 40 feet long. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, like let's just find a quick comparison. So Tyrannosaurus was 50 feet long, so huge. So that makes me happy. Do they have Shanosaurs? They have Spinosaurus, but no Shanosaurus. So maybe Shanosaurus wasn't discovered yet. We got Spinebro from Jurassic Park 3. We have Stegosaurus. Again, I love these drawings, especially. They're very pebbly. Which is nice. I still don't know which way is up on this, so you guys are going to have to forgive me. Styracosaurus, Struthomymus, Styracosaurus, Syntarsus, Supersaurus with this dude. Get a little closer, yeah. Thecodontosaurus, Triceratops. Oh, yeah. So this image stuck out with me. So, I mean, there's some crayon on it, too. I don't know why. But this Tyrannosaurus eating a Parasaurolophus. It's kind of graphic. So I'm going to get a little closer, but it's pretty rough, but it's kind of beautiful. It looks real. Like, oh, no, don't hold it over the T-Rex's face. It looks very real. I don't know. There's something very striking about it. And seeing this as obviously a 5-year-old was maybe troubling, but it's always kind of stuck with me, I think, in a weird way, because it is kind of traumatic, But I mean, Dino Damage came next with Jurassic Park, so it's understandable. But yeah, it's rough, but it looks real. I mean, it just looks real. It's crazy. I mean, even though these dinosaurs aren't accurate or anything, it feels there's something very visceral about it. Oh, wow. OG Velociraptor representation. Oh, yeah, and then Pioneer. Ooh. Can hear that spine ripping. Speaking of graphic, so Pioneers of the Past, we have Mary Ann Mantell and Gideon Mantell, Robert Plott, Sir Richard Owen, the Iguanodon like dinner cart thing from the 1850s. Oh, cool. Edward Cope, Othniel Marsh, as covered in the Bone Wars. Carnegie Hall, which I've never been to. And then, yeah, this is the Shantungosaurus in the Natural History Museum in Beijing. How to collect dinosaurs, showing all that process. Again, kind of old school drawings. I mean, maybe they weren't old school at the time. I'm just kidding. Facts and theories. The rise of the dinosaurs. Dinosaur evolution. Extinction. Early mammals may have eaten dinosaur eggs. Warm-blooded? Here we go. Here's something interesting. Warm-blooded dinosaurs? For a long time, scientists thought that dinosaurs were just big reptiles, cold-blooded like modern lizards and snakes. In the last 10 years, people have begun to wonder whether dinosaurs could have become more like... In the last 10 years, people have begun to wonder whether dinosaurs could have been more like mammals and birds, which control their body temperatures. In general, living fishes and reptiles have the same body temperature as the water and air around them. If the air cools at night, a lizard crawls under a stone and sleeps. It cannot move around much when it is cold. When the air warms up in the morning, the lizard crawls out and basks on a rock. When it is warm enough, it can run around and hunt for food. The lizard's body temperature is controlled from outside. The body temperature of birds and mammals is controlled from the inside. They can keep their bodies warm even when the air is cold. You can test this if you feel the body of a cat or a dog or a bird or a being on a cold day. They can do this by burning extra food. In fact, 9/10 of what we eat is actually used to keep our body temperature stable. Put it another way. A crocodile that weighs the same as a lion eats only 1/10 the amount of food because it does not use any of it to keep its body warm. So, oh, look at these little crocodiles. So yeah, 10 years. So, and that's cool. I kind of didn't realize that at the end of this book. I mean, I remember these diagrams and stuff as a kid, but, it didn't really stick with me that, kind of talking about just kind of making a case for why dinosaurs are very active. And running speeds and dinosaur eggs. Dinosaur teeth. Oh, wow, this is cool. So even though this stuff might be out of date by now, some of it I think is still pretty essential. Record breakers. You got some nice for your trivia game, for your trivia night. So at the point of this book, the longest dinosaurs were Barosaurus, Diplodocus, Supersaurus, and Ultrasaurus, but there's a lot of question marks. And the tallest dinosaurs were Brachiosaurus, Supersaurus, Ultrasaurus. And the widest dinosaur was Ankylosaurus. The smallest dinosaur, again, I don't know if it's worth the smartest dinosaur. First dinosaur named was Megalosaurus, not Iguanodon. The largest number of dinosaurs found together was over 100 skeletons of Coelophysis collected in 1947 at Ghost Ranch, New Mexico. And the most stupid dinosaur. Wow. Things to do. There's like all your tools. Wow. Your fossil museum. Look, you can make your own little fossil museum. That's nice. You can collect some stamps. Ooh, one of the best dinosaurs in a museum. A skeleton of Brachiosaurus in the Humboldt Museum in Berlin, East Germany. This huge skeleton nearly fills the large room that was built for it. That's cool. I gotta check out that natural history museum. Oh yeah, and here's a list of museums worldwide. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, the Royal Ontario Museum. I've been there. I've been to the Queensland Museum. I've been there. Oh, that's so exciting. I've been to the National Science Museum, actually, in Tokyo, I'm pretty sure. If that's the one I'm thinking about. But maybe I went to the Technology Museum, because I don't remember any dinosaurs. British Museum of Natural History, went there. I went to the Field Museum in Chicago. Los Angeles County Museum of Natural History. Obviously, the NHMLA. That's so cool. Classification table. Books to read. No books to read, I guess. A glossary of terms. And some more duck-billed dinosaur art. Hey, let's look up who made all this art. It's an index. And no back to the book. Acknowledgements. Picture research. Jackie Cookson. But who did the actual drawings? Let's see. So this encyclopedia is written by Dr. Michael Benton and Simon and Schuster. Oh, this book was previously published in England under the title Kingfisher Pocketbook of Dinosaurs. Oh my, it's just a little pocketbook of dinosaurs. A little pocketbook. Don't know who did the drawings for this. And maybe it was part of the hardcover that is long since gone. But very interesting. Yeah. Doesn't look like... Gosh, there's like I got crayon on this. Who put crayon on this? I don't know if that I wouldn't have done that, but who knows? So it looks like we don't know who drew this or drew any of the images, but I'm curious. I'm curious if there's anything online about this encyclopedia, because it's just it was such a big part of my childhood. Even though a dinosaur encyclopedia I got a year later from my dad, which has become sort of my apocryphal dinosaur encyclopedia, that kind of became the real thing for me. But this was also very essential for a while, and it's such a funky looking, like I just want to take, like I think I might post a bunch of pictures from this because it's so funky that I think it'd be worth everyone taking a look. But and I'll take some pictures for you guys as well too. And yeah, it's just a cool thing. So yeah, this is the Dinosaur Encyclopedia by Dr. Michael Benton. So I hope you enjoy. Again, thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. It really does mean the world. Helps, keep the lights on and all that good stuff, and focused on making great stuff like this for you guys. And let me know what you think of the setup. Again, I've been kind of doing this setup for a little bit. It's been kind of the most natural and comfortable for me, but I obviously want these to look good too. Let me, again, like I mentioned, like, how do you listen to this? How do you watch this? I'm curious to know, so that I can make them better for you. But yeah, SJR Pod on Twitter, see Jurassic Ride on Instagram and Facebook. Let me know what you think, and thank you again as always for watching. I'll see you next time.